Hello everyone and welcome back to Beatly Tone's Beatles channel. Lovely to have you here. Thanks for joining me for this video and I hope you're all doing well. Now in today's video I'm going to be trying something a little bit different, something we haven't done before, because I've been trawling the internet looking for Beatles bargains for you lot, because sometimes when we're talking about various things on videos, you know, people have made comments like, oh, you know, I'd really quite like this, but it's so expensive. So I've been looking around for a few desirable items that are at knockdown prices. So I'm going to tell you about those and where you can get them. So I hope that that is going to be something that's useful. Now, you know, depending on how popular this is as a topic, we may do this as a sort of a monthly feature called something like Beatly Tone's Beatles Bargain of the Month or something like that. I'm laughing because this is about take 17 and I finally managed to say that without making a mistake. So that is what we're going to do in today's video. Now before I start that, I just wanted to say a couple of things. First of all, a massive thank you to everybody who came on the live stream that we did the other day. I had an absolute blast talking to you all. It was really great fun. We had about 95 people on at its peak and we went on for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So thank you everyone who you know, turned up, even if you didn't you know contribute in any way, just for being there. And for those of you that did contribute, thanks very much. You just made it a really great evening. Really enjoyed it, and we'll do it again sometime soon, maybe in about a month, or maybe even a little bit before that, if we get some sort of announcement that we might be expecting quite soon. If that happens, then maybe we'll jump on and do that, and we can chew the fat over that. But we'll definitely do that again very soon. If you missed the live stream and you want to catch up on it, there's two ways you can do it. I did do a community tab which had a link directly to the video if you want to watch it that way, or if you can't find that, if you go to the channel's homepage and click on the heading that says live at the top, you'll see the live stream in there and you can just watch it from there if you want to. Now, the other thing I wanted to say was a big warm welcome to all the new subscribers. There's been quite a few of you recently, so thanks very much for subscribing. Really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the content here. And great to have you on board. If you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. We'd love to have you on board. Okay, let's do this kind of Beatly Tone's bargain hunt thing. Okay, so I'm going to build it up to the actual bargain of the month. But the first thing that I'm going to show you is this thing, the Beatles anthology book. Now you might remember this came out in the year 2000. It was the kind of the book that accompanied the anthology series. It's a huge, I mean, look at the size of it compared with my head. That's the size of this book. It's really heavy. I can't really show you too much in it because it's just so big. It's really cumbersome to show, but it is nearly 400 pages worth of the Beatles story, told in the Beatles' own words, and some of the, you know, Beatle people as well, like George Martin and Neil Aspinall and people like that. But the whole story is told in the Beatles' own words. When this came out in the year 2000, it was, I think I'm going to just show you that, it was £35, which doesn't sound a lot now for a great big book like this of nearly 400 pages, but when you convert £35 into today's money, it's around 65 quid in today's money, and you know, it would cost at least that. I mean, you know, just the huge size of it. It is an absolutely lovely book and quite an essential book to have as well. Now, I have found, as I say, it's worth probably around 60-70 quid now, but I have found this book for £12. £12. Now, to get this book for £12, you need to go to the World of Books website, which is wob.com, and they've got about 30 of these for sale. So if you fancy the Beatles anthology for 12 quid, get yourself over to World of Books website and grab yourself a copy. Well worth it. Thoroughly recommend this book. It is a fantastic book. So that is my first bargain of the month. Okay, so obviously I've quoted that price in sterling, but because it's from a website, you can obviously pay for it in whatever your local currency is. I guess £12 sterling is going to be something like about 15-16 US dollars or 15-16 euros or whatever. But I'm just quoting the price that's on the website. I don't think this is a deal that's exclusive to the UK. Okay, my second bargain of the month is this album, Twin Freaks. Sort of, this is quite rare that these come up there. They're quite difficult to find these days. This is an album from 2005. If you don't know what this album is, it's basically a remix by a DJ called the Freelance Hellraiser, where he has remixed some very well known Paul McCartney solo songs and some sort of deep cuts as well. I'll tell you what is on this album. So it is a double album. It's got on side one, it's got a remix. So these are all remixes, so I won't repeat that. They're all remixes. We Really Love You from Flaming Pie, Long-Haired Lady from Ram, Rinse the Raindrops from Driving Rain. Then side two, Dark Room from McCartney 2, Live and Let Die, and Temporary Secretary from McCartney 2. The second LP kicks off with What's That You're Doing from Tug of War, followed by Oh Woman Oh Why, the B-side of Another Day, followed by Mumbo from Wildlife. And then side 4 has got a curio called Lalula on it, followed by Coming Up from McCartney 2, and the album finishes with a remix of Maybe I'm Amazed. It looks like that on the inside, and I'll just show you one of the LPs because they both look the same. There's no need to show you both. That is the album. It's on 180 gram vinyl. I've got a really nice copy. It's virtually perfect. So very happy to have that. But now, they, as I say, they don't come up very often, but I subscribe to a website called EIL.com, and they have got a copy of this for sale. Now, as recently as April this year, I saw it on that website for about 150 or 160 pounds, but previous to that it had been going for around 200 pounds, which is a hell of a lot of money for a double album, and it's not exactly cheap now, but in comparison it is. Now, the copy that EIL.com have got, they have said that the sleeve has got a slight tear at the bottom of the sleeve, but that is its only flaw. The actual vinyl is in near mint condition. And the price that they are asking for this right now is £95 or 116 US dollars. That's not cheap. It's still expensive, but it has literally come down in the last few months by about a third of the price. I say it's very rare. It's very rare that these do come up. They don't come up very often. So if you fancy Twin Freaks for around £95, then get yourself over to EIL.com. They've got one copy at the moment, so if you fancy that, and if you do go for it and you get it, do let me know down in the comments. So just a final word on the Twin Freaks LP. EIL is a UK based record store, and they don't ship for free. So if you're in the UK, the shipping costs are fairly minimal, but if you're overseas in Europe or in the States or Canada, then the shipping costs will be more expensive. So you've got to take that into account when you're considering the £95 for the actual album. That will bring your shipping costs will bring that up a fair amount. Okay, so Beatly Tone's Beatles Bargain of the Month number 3 is this beauty, the Lennon anthology from 1998. This is a 4 CD box set covering outtakes and demos from John's solo career. It looks like that. It's 4 CDs and a book. And this is absolutely fantastic. This came out, before any of these box sets that we've had, or even the Lennon acoustic album as well, which also had acoustic demos on it as well. So when this came out, all this stuff was like brand new and absolutely brilliant to get. So there are 96 tracks across the 4 CDs. That is a hell of a lot of music. Each of these CDs is in excess of an hour. There are a few spoken word tracks on here, but not that many. Each CD covers a different period of John's solo career. So the first one is called Ascot, and this covers the Plastic Ono Band and Imagine outtakes. Now, what I will say about this is this is the track listing. You can see that. Okay, clocks in at 65 minutes. This one. It's 21 tracks. Now, what I was going to say about this one, if you've got the Plastic Ono Band and Imagine Ultimate Mixes box set, like the full box sets, then you will already have pretty much everything that is on this CD. There are 1 or 2 exceptions. There's a couple of spoken word bits on here, and also there's also quite an interesting version of Maggie May that John recorded at the Dakota in 1979, but it's been included on this CD. It looks like this when you open it up. It's a picture like that. That's the CD. Picture there of Tittenhurst Park. But really fantastic. But as I say, if you've got those 2 Ultimate Mixes box sets, you've probably got almost everything that's on this one. Okay, so CD 2 is called New York City, and this covers sometime in New York City and the Mind Games sessions. So we wanted the sometime in New York City Ultimate Mixes. This covers a little bit of what would have probably have been on there. You've got as I say, you've got outtakes and demos from sometime in New York City and Mind Games. You've also got some live material. There's 3 tracks here from the 1-to-1 concert, the second show, which is not the version that is on the John Lennon Live in New York City album. So they were here for the first time. The 3 tracks being It's So Hard, Come Together, and there was and Woman Is the Figure of the World. You've also got some live material from the John Sinclair rally that John did in Ann Arbor, and some other interesting stuff on here. A demo of I'm the Greatest and Goodnight Vienna, the songs that John wrote for Ringo, are on here. You've also got an early version of Real Love, and from the Mind Game sessions, a couple of interesting tracks here. One Day at a Time, where John is singing. This is a studio outtake with a full band, but it's John sings this without the falsetto voice, Allegedly, he was persuaded to sing the song in the falsetto voice by Yoko. That was not a great move. This version here, he sings this in his normal register, and it's much better, even though it's an outtake. The other interesting Mind Games outtake on here is You Are Here, which has an extra verse in it that wasn't in the finished version. This is the inside of the CD. So that is CD 2. Then CD 3 is The Lost Weekend. That is the track listing there. And this one is clocking in at 63 minutes. It's 24 tracks. These are outtakes from the Walls and Bridges session and the Rock and Roll sessions. Interesting things that you've got on here. Alternate versions of Slipping and Sliding, Peggy Sue, Bring It On Home to Me / Send Me Some Loving. There's some great spoken bits where John is just losing his shit with Phil Spector. That's quite amusing to listen to. Quite a lot of Walls and Bridges outtakes, Whatever Gets You Through the Night, Nobody Loves You When You're Down and Out, What You Got, You're Scared, Steel and Glass, Surprise Surprise, Bless You, Going Down on Love. Fantastic stuff. An outtake of Move Over Miss L, and a very early version of I'm Losing You, which is just called Stranger's Room. Old Dirt Road as well is on here. Fantastic stuff. There's also Yesterday, a parody of the Beatles song Yesterday on here. All good fun. That is CD 3. Fantastic. And CD 4 is Dakota. So these are from that's the track listing there. The sessions here are from Double Fantasy and what would become Milk and Honey, but obviously they're the same sessions. So you've got one of the outstanding tracks here is the version of I'm Losing You with Cheap Trick being the backing band before he replaced them. You've also got a version of Serve Yourself, where John is just basically taking the piss out of Bob Dylan's song You Gotta Serve Somebody from his Slow Train Coming album, and it's got all the swearing in it. In fact, it is just a swear fest for him. Let me just take a drink, sorry. You've got lots of stuff from outtakes from Double Fantasy, early versions of Just Like Starting Over, Dear Yoko, Woman, Watching the Wheels. You've got stuff from Milk and Honey, Borrowed Time, I'm Stepping Out, I Don't Want to Face It, Nobody Told Me. Fantastic stuff. There's also quite a lot of demos that John just made acoustically in the Dakota of songs that he never got to record properly. There's also some satire stuff where John he's giving Bob Dylan a hard time around this time. Basically, John is reading the newspaper in Bob Dylan's voice. That CD clocks in at 73 minutes. So fantastic value. Say 96 tracks of music. You also get a book with it, which comes sort of packaged like that, and the book is quite thick. It's got all the details about everything that's on the album, all the tracks and where they come from, all the lyrics from all the songs. It's got pictures in it as well, and it's got essays telling you about each of the CDs and the songs that are on them. And so I can't remember how much this was when it came out. I mean, I bought it back in the day when it came out in 1998. I'm guessing it was around 50 or 60 pounds back then. Now, I found several entries on eBay for used copies of this box set. And I think with CDs, you know, it doesn't matter if they're used, as long as the box is in good nick. The CDs are unlikely to be damaged. They're going to play absolutely perfectly. You know, remember they told us when CD first come out, they're indestructible. Remember that? So I think it's perfectly okay to get a used copy of this. The best price that I found was £17.98 on eBay, but there were several, as I say, there were several entries for this for under 20 quid. Under 20 quid for 96 tracks of music across 4 CDs and a book in a lovely box as well is an absolute bargain as far as I'm concerned. So if you haven't got the Lennon anthology, I would thoroughly recommend going for that, because this is absolutely essential stuff. Okay, so that is my Beatly Tones bargain of the month, number 3. Okay, so my final and ultimate bargain of the month is gonna absolutely blow your mind. It is the Let It Be Super Deluxe CD box set from 2021 with a hardback book, 5 CDs and a Blu-ray. If you remember, it comes with this fantastic hardback book, 100-page hardback book. I'm not going to show you all the pages because I did a video, and you can find it on the channel, at the time, where I showed every page on this book. Just absolutely fantastic book. It comes with well, I'll just show you the track listing first of all. Actually, here is the track listing. I'll show you these a bit closer in a minute. But you get this wallet with it, which houses all the CDs. There's my hype sticker there. So let's go through what you get in the box. So you get the Giles Martin remix of the Let It Be album. I'm sure everybody is familiar with the tracks that are on it. You get the original Glyn Johns mix of the Get Back album. This is the 1969 mix. That is the track listing there. You get the Get Back Apple Sessions CD. That is the track listing there. It's quite small. I don't know if you can see that or not. You also get Rehearsals and Apple Jams. Those are the tracks. And controversially, you get the 4-track EP as well, which looks like that. Which the 4 tracks on this are the new mix of Don't Let Me Down and the Let It Be single, plus unreleased versions of Across the Universe and I, Me, Mine. That is the EP. And you get the Blu-ray as well, which has the Dolby Atmos and high-res audio on it as well. So that is what you get: 5 CDs and a Blu-ray. Now, I looked up my email for when I ordered this, and when I bought this from Amazon, it was £105 at the time. It was hugely overpriced at the time, and that is why a lot of people didn't buy it. If you bought it from Beatles.com, you probably paid 115 quid, and you know, so if you may not have bought this because it was so expensive at the time, but now if you go to amazon.co.uk, you can buy the Let It Be 5 CD, 1 Blu-ray, hardback book, super deluxe box set for £39. £39, absolutely unbelievable. Now, unfortunately, this appears to be only on offer in the UK. I did look at Amazon.com and they still had this box set for $90. Now, I don't know whether if you're outside of the UK, you can buy things from Amazon.co.uk and get it at that price. If you can, then and you want it, you should go for it, because you know, £39, this is an absolute bargain. But as I say, it is only in the UK. If you've got Amazon Prime in the UK, you can have this box set plopping on your doormat tomorrow morning. Absolutely fantastic. I don't know if it's a limit. The amount of these is limited. It doesn't say that they are. It seems like they've got countless numbers of them, but absolutely fantastic. 39 quid for the Let It Be Super Deluxe box set is an absolute bargain. And those are my Beatly Tones Beatles bargains of the month. So just wrapping up, if you've seen something in this video that you like the look of and you're going to have a go at trying to get it, please tell me down in the comments. If you have had a go and you've actually got it, please tell me that down in the comments. If you would like to see this type of video as a regular feature on the channel, please let me know that as well. As you know, I read all your comments and I will respond to all your comments. If you've liked this video, please do me a favour by giving it the thumbs up. It really helps out the channel with the YouTube algorithm, helps my videos get out there. If you just stumbled across this video by accident and you're seeing the channel for the first time and you like what you see, please consider supporting the channel by subscribing. Love to have you on board. Okay, that is it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.